Welcome to B4M TV. I'm your host James. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. And before then, I want to talk about Super Tuesday because we had a Super Tuesday this week, but I want to talk about that. When you look at our education system, way back when our colonizers in 1800, in 1889, around that time, that's when they came to Kenya. They wanted guys to work for them, and the Africans were not trained. So they had to bring an education system that would train these people to work for them. So they wanted where they can have a supply of useless people to work for them, not people who are thinking. So they brought an education system. Yeah, right now we can talk even CBC. CBC still doesn't encourage people to use critical thinking. It doesn't encourage people to think. And you ask why we had a Super Tuesday. Going back to our topic, let's look at the issues that we are having right now. We are having COVID. And countries in Europe, in America are making vaccine. What are you making in Kenya? BBI. Is it true? Okay. Right now we are waiting for people from America, companies from UK to give us vaccines. Why? Because we have useless brains around, many useless brains. Na siko ubaya, na sikutaka kwako, hata mimi sikutaka kuwa through that kind of education system. I don't have a choice. I cannot blame someone. Let's look at the government, what it's doing. The people in government, when they get sick, they go to South Africa, they go to UK, they go to US. What about Wajiko? Anaenda PGH, anaenda Kenyatta Hospital. Have you ever asked yourself, where are these people, or majority of political leaders, lack faith in our local health system? Do you know why? Because they know the education system we have right now, we have doctors and nurses who just know how to use a thermometer, how to use a centrifuge, when to give a drug for malaria, when to give a drug when you have a headache, when to give a drug when you have COVID, but they know how to make those drugs. Because our education system do not encourage us to use critical thinking. It doesn't encourage us to use thinking. And they know this. That's why these politicians, majority of them, especially in the top seats, even the ministers and CES, they are called CES currently, and the CAS, they don't want to take their kids through our Kenyan education system. Hata wakisema CBC, they don't want to do that. They take them to Harvard, UK, Yale, and others. Why? Because they know our education system is useless, and that's why they don't even trust our health system, because they know the doctors who are there are not trained to think. They are trained, they have been memorizing how to give a drug for a certain disease. They have been memorizing how to use a thermometer, how to use a certain centrifuge, not how to make those centrifuge and thermometers. And you ask yourself why we had a Super Tuesday. And now, this is why we have so many Kenyans with degrees, with engineering degrees, medical degrees, and all the others. But those degrees are just a way of cramming useless knowledge. Like, who was the first white person to see Lake Victoria? Who was the first person to see Mount Kenya? Like, the blacks were blind. In the first place, how are you using that knowledge? Until Wajiko uses brains, and even our education system is not promoting thinking, it's not promoting critical thinking. That's why mtu anapewa grade 20 and support BBI. Because we are humans who carry useless knowledge. Because our education system is made to feed us with a useless knowledge, not to give us or encourage us to use thinking and critical thinking at large. And you ask your friend, what's the problem in Kenya? Start from there. If you are taught how to memorize knowledge, and education system in Kenya, even now, is an education system that was started by the whites, that will create a pool of useless brains, a pool of Homo erectus, not Homo sapiens. People who can only memorize, not who cannot think. That's what the idea. And these leaders know that, but they don't want to put that in BBI. They know that. That's why they don't want to say that BBI should ensure that every political leader who gets sick should be treated in a local public hospital. Support BBI. I'm okay with that. But you never see Leila go at PGH or Kenyatta go to Kenyatta Hospital. We go abroad and we are still here thinking that we are the smartest people. Celebrating and applauding a Super Tuesday. I wish we did count that for how many counties had ICU beds. Very sad state, because we have our education system is creating useless brain that cannot even analyze an issue like BBI. That's why we have a Super Tuesday, because our education system is creating human beings that are carrying useless knowledge. Like, who was the first poet person to sing about Kenya? Which is the longest river in Africa or in the world? Not how to make a vaccine, not how to make a computer. We need to think. And Kenya will not grow until we, the Wajiko, think and work towards making Kenya greater. Kenya will not become big. Kenya will not grow, will not develop because of BBI. It will grow because Kenyans want to work, want to change the current education system that encourages memorization of knowledge, of useless knowledge. But an education system that encourages critical thinking and thinking. That's what I have for today. Share, like, and comment. Let me know whether you agree with me that we have engineers who just know how to use a star, how to diagnose a digital gadget, but not how to make one. We have doctors who know when to use a thermometer, give drugs when someone is sick, but not how to make those drugs. And that's how we are here now. We have COVID. Instead of vaccines, we have a BBI and a Super Tuesday. I'm your host, James Tona.